Hey, Editing Yabby here. Just wanted to let you know that the first part of this video, the first few minutes, might sound a little weird because I was messing around with audio while recording. Don't do that. That was a bad idea. I should have done it when I wasn't recording. And also, I am struggling with allergies, so my voice is going to sound a little wonky in this video. But either way, I hope you enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2. If I sound sniffly, I apologize. My allergies have been absolutely terrible the past few days. It's been the worst it's ever been, which is so much fun. But I'm here, I'm alive, and we're going to ignore the allergies and continue playing the game. Last time we went to Olivera. We ended up having to immediately leave, despite getting pretty good rolls, I think, to go and rescue two people, one of which was a sleeper, which was pretty crazy to me. I wasn't expecting that. It was quite a surprise, and I don't know if they like us or not. But either way, we're here. We've got the thing that we needed to get from Ankita to give to Carmen, so we just have to wait until Carmen's better to give it to him. And we have one more cycle before that happens. And we might as well sleep right away. We don't have anything else to do. But yeah, Betty by time right away. I guess I could try and get some mushrooms. It's not gonna work. No, it was really bad. Why does it have to be into it? Why? Oh god. The sound of raised voices echoes through the tunnel. Following them, you find yourself at the entrance to the clinic, where Flint and Xander are locked in a bitter argument. I won't take you out there, Flint, Xander is pleading with the sleeper. Look what happened to Carmen. They'll kill you. What happened to Carmen is exactly why I have to go. They will find me here. And when that happens, the whole colony can hear you two. Seraphin comes out of the clinic with cadence. You trying to wake up Carmen? You see Seraphin clock you, standing in the passageway. Your eyes meet, and Seraphin looks away. Neither of you have seen each other since you brought Carmen back to Olivera. Oh no, is there some awkwardness between us? I don't want that. I'm trying to make sure what happened to Carmen doesn't happen to anyone else. Flint folds their arms. I'm the reason he is like he is, and that means it's on me to fix it. What are you talking about? Yeah, we never did find out who went after them, did we? You catch Flint off guard. They hadn't seen you waiting in the passageway. SNRP came for me. Oh, that's what happened out in the debris field. They look down. You know what that means. Yeah. In the first game, they just sent a bounty hunter after us, but I guess we weren't running around in space like Flint probably was. SNRP, the company that created you. The company you escaped. The idea of them bearing down on this place sets your nerves on edge. You've long since slipped their grasp. Lane disabled your tracker in exchange for unwavering service, a gift that became a trap. But Flint is still on the run, and if SNRP attacked Carmen's ship, they can't be far away. You look at Flint and see fear in their eyes. Your tracker's still active. Olivera is shrouded. Flint looked towards the center of the colony. Carmen managed to get hold of the signal shroud and set it up here. He wanted to keep everyone safe. There's no way SNRP can track me here. But the second you leave, they know where you are, and if they were ever able to track you back here... Am I missing something? Seraphin interrupts. If they can't find you here, what's the problem? It's not just about the tracker. The hunter found me in the debris fields. They know I escaped. It's only a matter of time before their search brings them here. Silence falls on the group as the inevitability of the problem sets in. Xander looks distraught. You can't, Flint, Xander says in a quiet voice. They'll kill you. Seraphin glances at you and Flint in turn, and you see his mind working on a solution. He looks away, frowning. I'm sorry, Xander. This is how it is. Flint looks dejected. Could we do the reboot thing like we did to me, except this time it'll work because Lane won't be here to shoot us in the middle of it? Because the reboot did work, or at least it mostly worked. It's just that we got screwed up because Lane showed up in the middle of it. Maybe it could work for Flint. Unless we get them first. Seraphin smiles, an impish smile. Seraphin, what are you thinking? Cadence speaks up for the first time. We know there's a hunter out there scouring the shoals, and we know they're looking for you, Flint. Seraphin shrugs. That means we have the upper hand. We don't need to bring them here, we can bring them anywhere we want. Seraphin looks around at the group. So we get set, we prepare a little surprise, and then we wait. Flint is already shaking their head. The hunter could arrive here at any moment. We don't have time for this. If I had a ship, I would have left already. Then we move you now. We take you somewhere we can prepare, and we work hard and fast to get an ambush set. When the hunter comes, Seraphin grins, we spring the trap. What kind of trap? That we'll have to figure out, Seraphin admits. But you have to admit, it beats going out to die without a plan. He shoots Flint a look. And hey, if we fail, the outcome will be the same anyway. That's a good point. This is like a Hail Mary plan. Flint doesn't respond immediately. You could see them thinking it through, considering their options. I'm coming. Xander has a determined look on his face. We're doing this, and I'm coming. Look, kid, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is the real thing. A bounty hunter's not going to... Stop patronizing me, Xander cuts him off. I know the shoals. You need me out there. The conversation suddenly devolves into many small arguments. The location, who should go, how to approach the ambush, the noise grows. The old Solheim manufactory. Caden's voice rises clear and precise through the noise. That's where you do it. It's on a rock far enough from here, and it's a real labyrinth. You can lead the hunter there and get them lost inside. Cadence's eyes are bright and determined. The place is full of old machines, ordnance. We've been afraid to scavenge any of it, it's so unstable. You notice Seraphin watching Cadence speak, clearly impressed by the sudden shift towards decisive action. Better than all of us arguing with each other, that's for sure. We could bring the whole place down on their head. Xander picks up Cadence's thread. I know the manufactory. It's a good idea. You look between those gathered. Seraphin, stubborn and protective. Cadence's sharp eyes. Xander's relentless desire to get involved. And Flint, a sleeper like you. A sleeper in need of an escape. Just like we were. Carmen was building something here. A shrouded haven, a place that needs protecting. He may be unconscious behind those doors, floating amongst the wires and tubes of the clinic, but something of him is here, in this group, making a plan of resistance. Flint's eyes meet yours. You know what has to be done. The rig will leave Olivera this cycle. You have a hunter to trap. Ooh, another quest. Okay, good thing we still have a bunch of supplies. Time-sensitive contract. New drive available. Good to know. Yeah, okay. Free Flint. Of course we're gonna free Flint. Sleepers look out for each other. Old manufactory. Cadence believes this is the place to trap Flint's pursuer. You'll only have a few cycles to prepare this, so the faster you'll head out, the better. You mean heading out now? Because that's all we have. Luckily we have enough supplies. We should be fine. Trap the hunter. Payment not available. Do you think this is the same hunter as the one that we ran into in the first game? I know that one died, but didn't they die weird? Is that dumb to say? It felt like they were similar to the sleeper, but maybe I'm thinking wrong. Well, either way, let's go. Who we bringing? No crew selected. Nia and Bliss, my besties. Let's bring you guys. Or should we bring you? Junie, Cadet, how about we bring Cadet? Cause you have that one and Engineer, and you have Intuit. That way we have 3 other skills going on here. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's see what we can do. We got this. Where are we? Whoa. Oh, the glitches. At least it's done this cycle. Corroded plates, twisted struts, scattered scrap. The manufactory makes for a familiar sight. Just one more ragged artifact from the corporation that once owned the system. Despite that, something about it sets you on edge. Perhaps because it will form the crucible for your attempt to take on Essenarp Hunter. The kind whose entire job is to bring in escaped sleepers like you, dead or alive. The rig is tucked behind a rock, running on low power with its transponder off. You hope that's enough to not draw attention. So, talk us through it. Seraphin turns back to Flint, Cadence, and Xander, all of whom are crammed into the cockpit along with your crew. We have to make this place look like a colony. That is what the hunter will expect, Cadence suggests first, her voice quavering with anxiety. We can seal up some of the holes, maybe install some lighting, fake it up. Okay, Seraphin nods reassuringly. That's good. What then? We force them to go deep. Xander cuts in, and everyone looks at him. He pauses, a little intimidated by the attention, but Flint nods at him to continue. I've been out here before, on a salvage run. There's a whole assembly line that runs through the place, filled with old manufactory machines. We seal the doors, activate machines, make it a maze of malfunctioning construction arms and dead ends. Alright then, control the route. I like it. Seraphin smiles at Xander. And if we get lucky, maybe one of those old machines will do the job for us. I doubt it, Flint joins in. We'll need the ordnance from the silos, mining charges, fuel, whatever is left from this place when churning out Solheim goods. They furrow their brow. We blow the place, to make sure. A silence passes through the cockpit, the danger of what you're about to attempt drawing on everyone present. Okay, Seraphin has a dark look. That's the plan. We can detonate the ordnance with a command from the rig, a simple wideband comm signal. We'll get them. Seraphin pats Flint on the shoulder. Once they go in, the hunter isn't coming back out. He turns to you. Anything we missed? Oh yeah, that's a good question. What if they don't take the bait? Then I engage. Flint rubs their hands together nervously. I'd lead them in directly, right? Right, Seraphin confirms grimly. How long do we think we have? There's a lot of factory down there. The hunter got to me and Carmen fast. Flint looks out of the cockpit. No more than 3 cycles. That's not a lot of time! When the hunter came for us, Flint grimaces, remembering the attack on Carmen's ship. They came out of nowhere. Hit us hard and fast. If it wasn't for Carmen. We need to be ready for anything. Flint looks at you. There won't be a warning. There wasn't last time either. Seraphin sighs. Nice pep talk. Flint, you better find somewhere deep in that place, down in the bedrock. But make sure it has a back door, okay? He nods at the sleeper. The rest of us will get to work. Alright, you heard Flint. We do this and we do it right. We make our stand on this rock. Let's not waste a moment more. We got this. I believe in us. Okay. Whoa, there's so much going on here. Factory dock. The hunter's arrival. The hunter is oh, I clicked out of it by accident. The hunter is surely homing in on Flint's signal. In a few cycles they'll be here, and you must be ready to face them. 3-part plan. To be sure you can face the hunter, all 3 parts of the plan must be ready by the time they arrive. Okay, so we might want to push before then, but we'll see what we can do before then. Factory exterior. Seal exterior. The shell of the manufactory is full of holes. To make it look like a colony, it needs sealing up and fast. Disguise exterior. The old Solheim manufactory is a ruin. To convince the hunter, you'll need to add lights, paint, signs, all the signatures of a working colony. Enticement. To be sure the hunter will enter the facility, you need to make it look like the site of an operational colony. Okay, so there's that. Assembly line. Hack machines. The one way to drive the hunter deeper into the factory will be to activate the old factory machines, closing off routes and presenting a deadly threat. Sabotage doors. Massive bulkhead doors in the main factory require a direct approach if you want to funnel the hunter into the trap. Entrapment. To trap the hunter, you'll need to prepare to reactivate the machines and seal the doors once they're inside. Okay. What about this one? Oh! Prime explosives. There are a few things more dangerous than rigging up expired mining charges and fuel tanks. Carefully does it, and only I can do that one. Gather ordnance. Mining explosives, emergency breach charges. There's a lot of old ordnance down here, if it can be gathered and identified. Alright. So maybe we should try and focus on one thing at a time, or at least use people's roles where we know they'll work. So what have we got here? Oh, yikes. Okay, maybe bringing Cadet wasn't the best idea. But Cadet can do something here. I think it might be worth it to push right away. We want to be ready. And the best way to do that is to have good rolls on everything. Let's see. Uh-huh. Let's try this one first, because this is where we can use Cadet, and Cadet has 2 6s. Careful reprogramming means the machines will go haywire on their next activation. There we go. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think we should be able to do this. At least this one. Let's have Cadet sabotage the doors. There we go. I enjoyed that. Good for you. There we go. Now we just need 2 more successes. And if I can't do it this time, I could probably do it next time. When I'm not glitching anymore. Speaking of, why not? Nope, of course not. Oh, that was really bad. Why'd I do that? What's wrong with me? Do I never learn? I really never learn, do I? Okay, we can finish that up next time. God, I can't believe I did that. Why did I do that? Well, we can gather ordnance right here and get that started. At least we have 3 cycles. I think we should be able to do this. Creative mining charges is discovered. You'll hope at least some of them will still fire. They should be able to. Oh man, why did I do that? My allergies. I blame the allergies. It's not me being hubrisy, it's my allergies. Alright, well let's take some Benadryl and end the cycle. We've got time. Not much, but we'll do it. The hunter is getting hunted. Guys, why are your rolls so terrible? Okay, well, let's see. I can finish this one with a good roll. The hunter's passage deep into the factory is assured. This might work. You float for a moment, observing the chaos on the old assembly line. The scale of the structure, the number of machines, the arms and fabricators, the welders and bolters suggest industry on a scale that you've never witnessed. The Helion system, a system that now subsists on the leftovers of its failed corporate owners, was once filled with manufactories like this, churning out components and technologies, machines and resources for extracting the valuable materials and minerals that Solheim existed to amass. If someone was able to rebuild one of these places, put it back into operation, imagine what could be fed into the belt. What changes could come for its people. Yeah, but we're not gonna do that. We're blowing it up! Blow it up! Yet no one will undertake such a task because this place is haunted by the specter of Solheim, an entity that every being in this system can trace their origins back to, an entity that turned the entire system into a manufactory, a machine for accumulation, and that did not distinguish between human and machines as it did. You look at the broken machines, worn down and rusted, crippled and bent. Some of them have been put back into use this past cycle as part of your plan, and those jerk or turn randomly, blindly groping for components that will never be fed to them. None of them are sentient machines like you, and so they cannot think or feel. And yet, you cannot decide if for them to persist is a kind of cruelty that radiates from the system that created them, or the indication of a new life, one that grants them new function, new meaning, and the possibility of something more. Creepy, right? Xander floats beside you, his voice hissing through the close-range comms. Maybe the hunter will get spooked by those twitching arms. He imitates the scattered movements of the factory machines. More sad than creepy. It's like watching a Roomba smack into a wall. Xander shrugs. If you say so. So, Xander gives you a look. How come the hunter isn't chasing you? My tracker's deactivated. Huh? Xander shoots you a look. Lucky you. Who did that? My captor. Xander goes quiet. I see. I can't deactivate Flint's. That's probably what Xander's thinking about. Sure. Xander looks down. But, you know, maybe once we're done here... He meets your eye. They need your help. Xander looks out at the assembly line and sighs. I like Flint. I'm happy to do this for them. He turns back to you. And I want to like you too. So don't mess this up, alright? Xander gives you a hard look. Don't let Flint down. Xander kicks off and glides towards the exit without waiting for a response. You watch him go for a moment before turning away. There's still so much to do. I get it. They're protective of their friend. They're worried about them. Totally understandable, especially with everything going on right now. And Flint is very hard on themselves, unfortunately. I get it to an extent, but I understand. It's like you know, you have all these people who care about you, but you're putting them in danger just by existing because of that dang tracker. Alright, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Unfortunately, Cadet is not useful at all. So it's gonna just be me and Nia, but I think we should be able to get this one done. Especially if I push, which I might be willing to do. First, let's see how far I get. There we go. Some of the explosives are daisy-chained together, saving time and detonators. Beautiful. Nice, nice. Ooh, priming the... Okay, we got a little stress there. Priming the explosives under time pressure is not ideal, but there's no choice. That's very true. If I could get this one done at the very least. There we go. Okay, I'm very stressed already, but what can you do? We got that one done at least. The sooner we get this done, the better. Go easy with that. Flint's voice rumbles over the local comms as you secure the final piece of ordnance. You turn to see them floating, backlit, in the entrance to the bay. One of the many that you've rigged with ordnance deep in the manufactory. Down here, dust and flecks of rust float through the beams of your lights, and the walls are bent and buckled. They've spent the past cycles here picking out a spot to draw the hunter down to, one they should be able to slip out of when the hunter finds their way in. It's a long time to be down in these dark tunnels, waiting. Looks like we're just about done. Their voice is flat, their tone pragmatic. You okay? Flint nods. Eager to be done with this, they look over their shoulder, however it plays out. Flint glides into the bay, slowly. There's something I need to tell you. Something I think you'll understand. What we're doing out here is not about saving me. It's about Olivera. You struggle to see Flint's face with the light behind them. I should be on a ship out of there, leading this hunter away, but they won't let me do that. They shake their head in frustration. And even if they would, they can't spare the ship. Not after Carmen's got shot up. That was my mistake. I never should have let him persuade me to come with him on that supply run. Flint looks down. What's done is done. What matters now, what I need from you, is a promise. Flint's bright irises flash. That you'll bring this place down with me in it, if it means stopping the hunter. I don't want to do that, and I probably won't do that, but I don't want you to be mad at me. I think we can do it, Flint. I swear we can do it. I promise. I promise. Flint nods. I knew you'd understand. You know as well as I that those who get close to us are at risk. That we, as sleepers, have to recognize what we open the door to. Carmen is my fault. I won't be Olivera's downfall too. With that, they turn and leave you in the dark. Oh, Flint. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill that hunter before I let you get taken by them. Am I willing to push? I don't know if I'm willing to push on this. I mean, we could try and get some of it. It's not gonna work, but... Oh! I stand corrected. Okay, that didn't work. What about some good old threes? We just need to use what we have. Hey, good job, Nia. That's why I brought you. Oh my god, Nia! Dang, on those threes! We love to see it. Alright, end cycle. We might have some broken dice tomorrow. More than likely, honestly. Oh! Surprisingly not. I think we should be good, though. I think we got this. Yeah. I might 2, 4, 6. I might be able to do this without pushing, but I'm not entirely certain. We'll see. There we go. Be impossible to seal the whole facility, but sealing key passages means good progress. We got this. Da-da-da-da-da, enticement. It's yummy. It's like a pie in a cartoon that makes you float towards it because you're like, ooh, pie. Alright. Come on, Cadet. You can do it. You don't love taking orders? We'll do it. Oh, Cadet. Come on. Just one. Yes! Woo! Set the 3-stage trap for the hunter. Heck yeah. Memories of Maywick. Oh dear. Here we go! You know, Cadence's voice comes over the comms, shimmering with interference. From here, it doesn't look half bad. You look across the shell of the manufactory, now studded with lights and dotted with markings, the fresh welds and plates giving the whole place a fragile, patchwork feeling. If I was a piece of shit hunter, this is what I'd think as a normal person's settlement would look like, right? We better hope so. Cadence goes quiet for a moment, her attempt at humor only serving to remind you both of the desperate circumstances. Have you spoken to Flint? Cadence pauses. I mean, really spoken? Why? Oh, Cadence stumbles over her words. I just thought you two might want to speak about... She trails off. I mean, technically you're not wrong, we did speak about it, but I have a feeling you wouldn't like to know what we talked about and what I promised. Flint is very loyal. I know they're quiet and, well, intense, but... She sighs. I just hope you two can find some common ground. We get on just fine. I don't know if Flint likes me per se, but, you know, we're dealing with stuff right now. Maybe after we're not dead. If we're not dead, I should say. Who knows? I mean, we've set up this trap, but who knows if it's gonna work? We'll find out. Of course, sorry. Cadence stops again. Olivera's a refuge. Cadence takes a breath. For all of us. I was in trouble when I met Carmen. We all were, in one way or another. Seraphin has told me a lot about you. Cadence hesitates. And I see what you're trying to do for Flint. For Olivera. Let her finish. I appreciate it. And I know Xander does, and Carmen will do as well. And Flint... Cadence pauses. Well, you'll see. The comms click off, returning you to the silence of the manufactory. You look out across the false colony at the glittering lights. They're a poor imitation of Olivera's real lights, those that indicate the colony's fragile, delicate state. You shake it off and move on. This isn't over yet. Unfortunately. We've still got one more cycle for my dice to break. Hey, but you know what this means? We can pick some mushrooms. Nia! Now her threes won't work. Oh, I did! That's how it's done. Nia, I'm impressed. Okay, it's okay. It's alright. One pick was great. That's more than we usually get. Can I rest? No. We're not safe. We're definitely not safe. We're gonna find that out very quickly. At least we got it done. Oh god, yep, my dice are broken. I only have a few rare components left. That's not good. Wake up, sleeper. Seraphin is in the bunks. We've got incoming. You shake off the haze of forgotten dreams and get up. In moments, you're in the cockpit. Xander, Cadence, and Seraphin all gathered around the console. On it, the local view shows nothing. Not a single ship signal, and a few objects beyond scattering debris. It was right here, I swear it. Seraphin jabs at the screen. A ship, small but definitely a ship. Seraphin, Cadence sighs. We've all been up a while. Get some rest. No, that's definitely... I know Seraphin saw something. If the hunter is coming here and doesn't want to get spotted, they definitely got some sort of cloaking device, guys. I know what I saw. He catches her eye. You look at the screen, its gridded view showing the scattered signature of debris, like schools of fish drifting in a soft current. The manufactory is a noisy blob at the center of the circle, one that dissolves into the background at its edges. Nothing. And then there it is! A flicker, a flash, a spark of movement and light among one of the debris clouds. It flares and then it's gone again. You look up and Seraphin meets your eyes. He reads your expression immediately. Seraphin slams a hand down on the console, opening up the comms channel. Look alive, Flint, they're coming in. Go deep and be ready to run. He pulls his hand off the switch. We better hope they heard that. Then you see it through the cockpit glass, the flare of an engine, faint and masked, but driving a squat, dark ship out of the debris. The hunter! Oh no! The ship seems to idle a little near the manufactory's asteroid, drifting past the dressed-up shell of the old facility. Time to see if our fake colony is convincing enough. Cadence nervously clasps her hands together. Will they buy it? Oh, we're about to find out, Cadence. It's not a will they anymore. It's an are they. They better. Seraphin looks concerned. Because if they think this place looks abandoned, the hunter might just strafe the whole facility. Seraphin swallows hard. We need them to dock, to come inside. I'm scared. You look out at the ship, and as you do, it jumps forward towards the docking tower. You watch for a few tense moments as it hesitates, and then slides into position onto one of the docking bridges. Oh, it worked? Cadence sighs in relief. They went for it. Seraphin pats you on the shoulder. Good job. The rat is in the maze. Hey, that's offensive to rats. We could track them now. He exhales. At least that's the theory. I hooked up some basic monitoring devices in the assembly line. Xander calls over from another console. A few shitty cameras repurposed from the factory monitoring systems. Not much, but hopefully enough to tell where they're at. Cadence, Seraphin, and you crowd around the screen. Xander flicks between noisy, black and white images and feeds of static. You squint into the fizzing dark, trying to pick out any detail. Then, suddenly, you see them. Oh, whoa! Whoa! They look exactly like the other hunter! Or at least the face looks very similar. A shadow drifting between a flickering light, dark-clad in military gear, a long gun held ready at their shoulder, deathly pale skin, and in their eyes, gleaming through the faceplate, glowing irises. Who the hell is that? Seraphin pulls back from the screen. They look like a sleeper. Xander finished his Seraphin's sentence. That's horrifying! Sending another sleeper to kill other sleepers? The figure disappears outside the margins of the frame, and Xander flicks through the feeds. Where did they go? You drift back from the screen, trying to think straight. The hunter is a sleeper, or something else. You replay the image of the figure in your mind, but it has already shifted in your memory. It is your face staring back. It is Flint's. It is the sleeper's mask of death. Sleeper. Seraphin grabs you by both shoulders and looks you in the eye. We need to focus. I'm trying, man! We should get down there. Xander's eyes are wide. This changes things. I think you're right. I don't know. I'm scared. Xander nods to you and then is gone, kicking hard off the cockpit wall and heading into the ship towards the airlock. I think it's also just that if I didn't go, Xander would go on his own, and that's not a good idea either. Seraphin gives you a hard look. You better hope nothing happens to that kid. He shuts off the console. Let's get after him. Why are you giving me a hard look? I'm going with him. Go. Cadence looks between you and Seraphin with a steely expression. I'll stay here. She glances nervously at the console. Give me the signal and I'll send the detonation signal. She swallows hard. If it works. Seraphin looks at Torn for a moment and then nods. Let's go. Oh god. You rush down to the airlock and suit up, and then you're out, descending through the rock-strewn void in a tense silence. You enter the manufactory through a gap in the frame, passing through layers of twisted facility, into the deep parts, where you know Flint waits in the dark. You say nothing to each other, afraid the comms will be intercepted. You lead Seraphin on, seeking the deep bays under the silos where the ordnance waits for its detonation signal. If you could grab Xander, grab Flint, and then clear the facility, this can all still work. Seraphin's hand falls on your shoulder, pulling you back. You go to speak and then you see it. Oh no! A torch beam lancing through the dark. A shadow drifting beneath a flickering light. Dark-clad in military gear, a long gun held ready at their shoulder. Deathly pale skin, and in their eyes, gleaming through the faceplate, glowing irises. The hunter with eyes like you, like Flint. The hunter is a sleeper. Below you, they push through the dark and broken layers of the facility, seeking Flint. And where is Xander? Seraphin and you exchanged wide-eyed glances in silence. The hunter passes below, disappearing into a dark passage. You wait together, the moment stretching out, then descend into that same passage. The silence is absolute. Suddenly, there's a flash of light ahead, bright and forceful, and a rumble that shakes rust flakes from the walls. Oh, is it the robots? You and Seraphin push off hard, gliding into the dark, desperate and afraid. You come into a low bay scattered with glowing embers. Oh no! Scorched holes in the walls, spews of red-hot metal where a weapon has been discharged. The hunter floats at the center, taking aim again, and you see a flicker of movement on the far side. Flint retreating. Before you can act, a slight figure in a suit slams into the back of the hunter. Xander, as he hits, the hunter's gun spins out of their hand. Rush the hunter! Neutral! Why is it always neutral? You slam into the hunter, lashing out with your fists. The hunter strikes back and you almost lose your grip on them, but you feel Xander at your side, striking out too. The three of you spin through the spark-filled bay towards a gaping dark shaft at its far side. The hunter, dazed from the blows, kicks out against you two, sending themselves spinning away, their torch slipping from their grip and arching across the bay. As it does, they fall back, unable to find anything to slow their glide, spinning into the dark. The hunter disappears down the shaft as you and Xander drift back into the bay. "I've got Flint," Seraphin calls over the local comms. "We ascend, now!" You look across the two of them, kicking off from the floor of the bay towards a ragged hole in the ceiling. You and Xander exchange a single glance, then follow. "Cadence?" Seraphin is on the wide bend. "Detonate the place now! Send the command!" There's silence. Oh no! You ascend through it, through the layers of the manufactory, seeking the open void of space beyond. You clear the manufactory, gliding into open space. A silent shockwave, like a gust of wind, runs through the void. The silent rumble spits out a scatter of debris. You turn back, still gliding towards the ship, and see the shattered manufactory. Whole sections are bending outward, the framework shredded, plating tumbling away in shards. You look across at Seraphin and Flint, their eyes set on the ship, trying only to stay ahead of the debris. You do the same, fixing your attention on the rig and nothing else. Don't look back. The hunter is dead. Oh, jeez. Who wants some mushrooms? Might as well. Hey, mushrooms. Well, I would argue that that was less terrifying than what the sleeper in the first game had to go through. We had to get up close and personal with our hunter, and got shot and shot them, but hopefully this worked. I hope it worked. It feels too easy, but maybe that's just me being paranoid. Oh wait, why'd I end the cycle? We could have left! I needed a nap. Oh, there go my dice. God damn it. That's on me. Leave the contract. I did it to myself. Sorry guys, I know we could have gotten here sooner, but I had to take a little eepy nap. The Benadryl kicked in. That's what it was. My allergies. You limp back to Olivera, the mood in the rig, one of deep exhaustion. But as the colony appears, visible from the cockpit, the satisfaction of having run a terrifying gauntlet and come back in one piece shifts the mood. The crew's improved mood only becomes more obvious as you draw closer to Olivera. As you come in to dock with the colony, you feel a wave of relief. Seraphin pats you on the shoulder as you both wait for the airlock to open. That hunter, he sighs. SNARP is crueler than I could have imagined. It doesn't surprise me. That's nasty logic. Send a sleeper to catch a sleeper. Seraphin shakes his head. I'm glad we bought Flint some freedom. The airlock hisses open, revealing the docking bridge where Xander first confronted you. This time, another, more substantial figure waits in the passage. Carmen? It's Carmen! Hi! I hear you're the ones I should be thanking for saving my life. Carmen leans against the side of the tunnel, one arm clamped against his waist. So, thank you. He nods at the two of you. Good to see you up. Just about, although I'm told I shouldn't be, he smiled slyly. Carmen! Cadence rushes past the two of you, gliding into Carmen with an embrace strong enough to leave the injured man off balance. Alright, careful. You don't want to put me back in the med bay now, do you? Carmen pushes Cadence back with a gentle grip on her shoulders. He flinches as he does, his joke clearly holding some truth. Sorry, Cadence smiles. Just glad to see you up. A frown crosses Carmen's face. Where's Xander? You losing your vision, old man? I mean, does have an eye patch on. You look to see Xander and Flint behind you in the tunnel. Xander smiles widely at Carmen, betraying his happiness to see him. I'll be just fine, Xan. Carmen's words are confident, but his tone suggests he isn't convinced. You notice his hands are tightly balled into fists, as if resisting pain. And wonder if he really should be up at all. Probably not. Carmen turns to look at you and Seraphin. I think we need to talk. How about you two and Flint accompany me to the medbay? Carmen winks. Flint pushes past you both and goes to Carmen, helping him out of the tunnel. As he does, they exchange a few words, but you're too far away to make them out. You and Seraphin exchange glances and follow behind them, into Olivera. We made it! We're alive! Ooh! Upgrade points! Not enough for a full upgrade, but we're getting there. We still have contact Carmen, so maybe we could give him that and get another upgrade point. Carmen leads you to a small recovery chamber in the med bay, where his bed is set up. A handful of tubes and wires float gently beside it, attached to boxy devices. Flint has already left the group, leaving just you and Seraphin with Olivera's injured founder. Carmen meets your eye with a hard look. So how did you two end up stumbling onto our colony out in the shoals? He raises an eyebrow. Because we're not usually open to visitors. Ankita sent us to you, let's just be upfront. You see the flicker of recognition in Carmen's eyes when you mention Ankita. You produce the thumbnail drive, holding it out for Carmen to inspect. She told Sleeper to deliver this to you, and you alone. Seraphin folds his arms. Carmen pauses thoughtfully. That's a name I have not heard in a while. He takes the drive. It seems I should thank you again. He sighs. And perhaps I owe you some explanation myself. Ankita and I used to work together, a lifetime ago. Carmen shakes his head. We went our separate ways, but then she turned back up in Olivera. I established this colony as a refuge, a way of starting again. Carmen clasps his hands together. The belt is changing, and I'm afraid of what is coming. Ankita took refuge here for a short while, and then one cycle she was gone. Carmen shrugs. That's not unusual for her. Each of us has our own demons. He holds up the drive. I will take a look at what's on here when I'm able. He looks at the drive with concern, and I will let you know what I find. You and Seraphin thank him and leave the chamber as he settles back onto his recovery bed. As you leave, Flint catches your attention. Can we speak? Seraphin pauses. I'll catch you back on the rig. He looks between the two of you, and then glides away. Flint hovers, a look of concern on his mask-like face. What do you need? Flint gives you a curious look. You don't remember any of it, do you? Any of what? Do we know each other? I'm sorry, Flint, I just took some more Benadryl. Of how you got here, of your history. Flint screws up their face with a pained expression. At first, I thought you were hiding something, or you were intentionally avoiding the subject, so I waited, but I understand it now. You don't remember me at all. Oh! Should I know you? Is that why you were mad at me? You take a moment to think, to try to recall Flint. You furrow your brow in confusion, sifting through hazy memories of Darkside, and further back, of your arrival to the Belt. You close your eyes and see the faces of other sleepers, panicked, desperate, in darkness. I don't remember. We worked together, in the same SNR mining installation, along with the other sleepers. He searches your eyes for a spark of recognition. We weren't very close. I'm not sure we really spoke. Very few of us did. But I was there when we planned the escape together, the run to the freighter, collapsing the mine shaft. Flint stops, struggling to continue in the face of the blank look you're giving them. You feel an unpleasant itch, as if something is crawling around inside your skull. You can see that Flint wants you to recall them, to recall the escape, the installation, but you find only hazy sensations, and beneath them, pain. I'm sorry, I don't mean to... Flint looks down. I know you can't help it, I just needed to say something. To know if you really don't remember. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and for Olivera. Flint turns and drifts away dejectedly, unable to continue. Oh no, I feel worse now. We went through something together, something not only, probably both of us would understand, and the other sleepers who escaped with us, but I don't remember at all. That connection isn't there. I'm sorry, Flint. Can I hug you? As you watch Flint go, you scratch at the side of your head, trying to find something in the way they move, the way they speak, their mask-like face. A face that was identical to yours when it was first cast, but that, over cycle after cycle of wear and damage, has been transformed. Two machines so close in form and function, estranged by experience. Yeah, we've gone through completely different things since we escaped. Wow. Alright, what's going on here now? Carmen's analysis. Carmen is still recovering, so it'll take him a while to go through Ankita's drive and report back on the contents. That's okay, we have time. Still not enough upgrade points, but we're getting there soon. I don't know what we'll upgrade next. We'll have to think on it. But man, oh man, we got rid of a hunter. Heck yeah. That's always nice. Oh, I should repair my things while I'm thinking of it. Where is it? There it is. Alright. Repair. We might as well. Plus these get them all the way back up. We're just gonna be very glitched for a little bit. But that's okay. I just will remember to not use glitch dice on a quest. I don't know why I did that. There we go. We're mildly glitched, but we have our dice back, and that's all that matters. Alright, well that was wild. Hopefully we were able to help Flint for a little while. As long as they're on Olivera, there should be alright. I mean, I wish there was other things we could do to help, but we don't know how Lane disabled our tracker. Maybe we could do the reboot to help them with the stabilizer thing, because we know they only had one left. Or maybe we could figure out how to disable the tracker. I don't know. Maybe there's something we can do. I just really want to help Flint more. I feel really bad that we don't remember them when we should. That's really sad. It's just like imagining Flint feeling hopeful, because it's like, oh, here's someone who will understand and knows what I went through, because we went through it together and they don't remember you. That's really sad. But either way, we made it through, we survived the hunter, and they're gone, hopefully. I hope so. So I think all that's left is to wait for Carmen to see the thing, and then head back to Darkside. That seems like what we're gonna do next. Technically, we do have to investigate Hexport, but I think that's a post-Darkside thing. So we'll have to worry about that later. But next time it sounds like we might be heading back to Darkside. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, remember to take your allergy medication, and have a good day.